Hello everybody, my name is Josiah and I want to thank you for coming to my channel today. It's been a while, I haven't made a video in a couple of weeks, but here I am. I hope you all are doing well. And with the recently announced Blade Runner 2049 live action TV show sequel, Blade Runner 2099, I thought it'd be cool to finally sit and talk about the recently released Blade Runner anime, which is called Blade Runner Black Lotus. Um, this is a collaboration anime with Crunchyroll and Adult Swim, and I'm going to be talking about it in a couple different areas. One, the story, characters, and animation, and just kind of give you guys my thoughts about it. Do I recommend it? Do I not recommend it? All that good stuff. So let's just get started. So first and foremost, I would call myself a mild Blade Runner fan. I mean, I've seen the final cut a couple of times. I actually have the Blu-ray over there on my shelf. And I absolutely loved Blade Runner 2049. I also have that Blu-ray over there. So I was really intrigued by this anime. I've been watching anime a lot more the last couple of years. And so I decided to check it out. And at first, it was pretty basic. It was kind of a... your classic revenge story. The main character named Elle, or Ellie. I'm not quite sure how they pronounce it. I didn't watch the English dubbed. I watched the Japanese subbed the first time through. But she wakes up and she has no memories of her past or what happened to her. And the whole show is kind of like trying to figure out what the truth is and what really happened. And, I'm going to get into spoilers here. So if you want to check it out, make sure you go check it out before you watch this video. If not, just gonna keep it going. And she finds out she's a replicant, and she was a part of a group of replicants that were created just so that they could be hunted for sport. And she was the sole survivor of the hunt. And so, she just wants to track down all the people that were participating and to kill them. And so, like I said, it seemed like a pretty basic story on the surface. We've seen stuff like that before, with characters like losing their memory and then hunting down the people that are responsible and kind of getting their revenge. And then, of course, there was the main police character, Officer Davis. She is a rookie, but she's kind of the one who's, trusting her gut and trying to bust the case wide open as far as the Black Lotus goes and all that stuff. And a lot of it, like I said, we've seen story elements like that before. But there are a couple things that I feel like the show really does to make itself different from those traditional stories. First of all, this whole idea of like what Blade Runner really deals with in all of the movies and whatever is like replicants, and do they have a soul? Are they alive? Are they not alive? Do they have any rights? Because they're artificial humans, so most people treat them as if they're not alive, as if they don't really have any real value, or they can't really have any emotions because of that. And so I think that really added an extra layer to that. The people involved in the sport of hunting replicants were like, the police chief and like a senator and his wife, and people like, the upper members of society. They kind of feel like they can just do whatever they want and not have any consequences. So adding that element, I feel like really just gave it a unique perspective. Like she's saying, Elle feels like mistreated, saying, hey, I am alive. You can't just treat me any old kind of way that you want to. And, whether I'm real or not, whether I have a soul or not, I do have emotions and I do have feelings, and I'm not okay with what you guys are doing, what you guys have done. I also think one of the interesting things about this is the time period. This show takes place 17 years before Blade Runner 2049, so that would make it the year 2032. And so, there's still kind of like that uncertainty about like, hey, like replicants aren't allowed anymore. If you watch some of Denis Villeneuve's like behind the scenes, some of his short anime movies that kind of set up the world of Blade Runner 2049, it's like, replicants, they're illegal, they're banned, they're not even supposed to be existing. So there's that kind of like element of them trying to figure out how is it possible that the Black Lotus is a replicant when there's not supposed to be any replicants anymore. And there's some elements of Blade Runners. There's at least one Blade Runner character in the show. His name is Marlowe, and it's kind of like there's not really a need for Blade Runners in a world without any replicants. And so I thought that was like an interesting element that this show had going for it. As far as the animation goes, I mean, it was pretty good. It definitely felt like the aesthetic with like the neon lights, the colors, all of that really did feel like it fit in with the Blade Runner world as we've seen in both the movies. It was a little weird seeing a 3D computer animated anime, because most anime are like hand-drawn. And for some weird reason, it kind of reminded me of that like MTV Spider-Man show from 2003. Not that the animation was as bad as that. I mean, it definitely hasn't aged well since that show came out. But like I said, overall the animation was really good. I really did like the original soundtrack that they used for the show. I thought it really fit right in, and I just thought it was a great selection of music. Do I recommend that people watch the show? I mean, if you're an anime fan, probably not. But if you're a Blade Runner fan, if you enjoy the world, sure, why not? Check it out. It definitely kind of like adds in to the whole Blade Runner saga. But doesn't really do a whole lot to bridge the gap between the 1982 film and then Blade Runner 2049. I mean, there's a couple things that it does to kind of connect the two. But, one of the things I really appreciated about it the most was just kind of the creativity behind it. I mean, in this Blade Runner world with dealing with like replicants, and, there's references to like humanity leaving Earth and going to other worlds. I think that the possibilities are limitless as far as the stories that we could tell within the Blade Runner universe, because dealing with like replicants and their rights and whether or not they're alive, I think the limitations are only as far as somebody's imagination allows them to go. So we could literally see like thousands of different stories within the world of Blade Runner, and I think each one could be interesting and unique in its own. Well, that's about it for this video. Have you guys watched the anime? What did you think about it? And are you excited about the new live action show from Amazon? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time.